Welcome back after lunch. Now, let me take the opportunity to introduce our next guest speaker, Mr. Sumedh Gupte. Sir, may I have your permission to begin? Thank you. Sir is presently working as a regional manager Business Standard Limited, Pune. He is a profit center head mainly responsible for business development in advertisement, corporate and retail, and circulation with a team strength of 12 members. He is also responsible for collection of advertisement and circulation. His expertise areas are brand development and advertising revenue, and he has developed brand strategies and statistic systems. Strategic consulting, including business plan and sales strategy development, is also one of his fortes. Sir, can I request you to come up and address the batch?
Can you hear me? Okay, thank you. Good afternoon. So, had a food? Yes, sir. What food you have? Same food which I had? Yes. What food I had? Chole? Yes. Okay, so you enjoyed the chole, huh? Enjoy the beautiful lady in the morning. She had come before me. Her presentation. She was the ex-student of Dr. Ramdas, right? You know that? She was an ex-student for her director. Do you know that? No? Okay, she should have told you, because while having a lunch, she told me that she is a student of Dr. Ramdas, so it's a good. Okay, my name is Sumedh Gupte, as she has already explained. I am not a faculty. First of all, let me clear one thing. I am not a director. I am a typical salesman, a salesperson, a Maharashtrian salesperson. Okay? So, I am going to share my experience with you, nothing else. I am not going to teach you anything. Whatever I have a presentation, I am talking what corporate are expecting from the youngster, nothing else. So, I am sharing 21st century managers. Who are they? Who? Then say na proudly, we. Always, na? We are. So, you are there as a 21st century managers. Okay. Now, my question is, say, I'll always have an interaction session. I'll always love to have an interaction session. So, whatever question you have, you can stop me there, ask me. Whenever I ask any kind of a question, I'm not come here to teach you. Let me clear one thing once again. So, whenever I ask you a question, please answer whether it is wrong or maybe a correct. Now, who is a 21st century manager? As we said, we. Which country will be a 21st century's managers? Which country? Name the country who will have 21st century's manager more, number of more. India. Sure? Yes, sir. Recently you have a Google search or what? Everybody has searched the Google? I know, I'm sorry. That is a very good sign when director has told me that in our college, in this college, mobile is not available. That's why I given my mobile to my colleague who is sitting there. Should not look good, na? If it is for you also, it should be followed by the person who has come for the lecture also. So, you said India. Now, why India? Why not Greece? Why not America? Why not Japan? Why only India? Yeah? India is a developing country. Young population. 65% young people are from India. What she said is right. Young people. Any other? Any other answer? Yeah. Achha, have you heard GDP? What is that GDP? Okay. Now, in my presentation, I am going to present why India has a possibility to have number one country in 21st century. Okay, simple. Everybody knows this lady. Who is this lady? She is a chief of IBM from America. In a recent interview, she mentioned that India will be a 21st century managers, and 21st century will be a India's hold. And when a lady, a top lady from IBM, when she make a remark, and somebody asked her, if you are making this remark, why? Now she has given some example. Her name is Jenny Romety. That's, people have said it's a positive signs, signboards, right? As I said, GDP, we have very strong gross domestic product growth. Growth wise, if you are talking about, India is a most of the topmost country which has a growth. Everybody knows when we have a mobile, it now shifted very suddenly, very fastly to smartphones. So you can see there is a growth. Everybody does. Earlier, when I was in the college, I used to travel on the cycle, right? After that, I shifted to two-wheeler, then four-wheeler. Now my son is studying in college. He is traveling on the car. Demand, growth. Fourth largest best startups. Country current focus on everybody is moving into that territory now. All newspaper, all magazines are available on the Google search. Wanna search, you will get everything information available on the Google. So now when we talk about 21st century, what is that 21st century? Why are we saying that 21st century will be India's century? That we have to clear it on that part. Organization and individual has to have a dynamic situations where they want to struggle to survive. Take an example of two-wheeler, smartphone. One company starts one smartphone, another company will immediately launch another. So there is a competition in the market as far as the organization is concerned. For individuals, if you start your own business by restaurant in one place, you will find out another restaurant will be open in another corner of the same area. So you will have a competition on every day. So individual and organization has a competition, as well as they have to struggle to settle down and continuously do the business into that particular area. Change of the mindset. Our mindsets always change. A fast mindset. Earlier when my father was there in the bank, the mindset was very clear. Morning he used to go to the bank, evening he used to return to the home and then enjoy with the family. Now mindset change. Every Saturday, Sunday, weekend, family wants to go out for outing. Like recently our colleague Raunak has visited East Square when I was talking to him. Yes, last Sunday. So every Saturday, Sunday, weekend we want some new changes, some new places we want to visit, right? So mindset has changed. Change the way the business used to done. Earlier, you say only one restaurant, we don't have option to go. Now we have another options available. Multiple options are available. Earlier there was only one theater. Now multiplex, where we have a 5-6 multiplex theater where you can go and you can have a choice also. If you could not get one ticket, you can go to another picture. So business ways are changed. Change of the balance of the power and change of the demography. There are some changes in the market has been happened. Landline to smartphone, simple. There is, landline to smartphone. This is the desktop to tablets. Everybody knows. Then we have landline to mobile. Maruti to BMW. Now you will understand better after these slides, because it is there. In my youngster days, it was Bajrang Bali. Now it is Bajrangi Bhaijan Bhai. उसके सिवा तो कहीं नहीं जा सकते, right? So the changes are there, changes are happening in the market. We have to keep updating ourselves, we have to keep touch with the market, then only will we survive. And that's happening only in India because we have young crowd, as our lady said, more young people are there, and we are ready to accept the changes in the market. So we are ready to change. So Bajrangi se Bajrangi bhai ho gaya. Now there are other some changes which everybody we are using. IRTC booking, which is available on the online. We have Snap deals. Whenever we require anything, we can easily go to the Google, search, open it and order it. You will get at your doorstep. You doesn't want to go to the market. So there are some changes which are happening. Owning a house at the age of 35. In our case, if I am 47 right now running, I purchased my flat when I was 40, 42. But nowadays you can purchase a flat at the age of 32, 35. It is easily available. That much of cost, organization ready to pay, depend on your performance and your behavior and your interaction with them when you go for the interview. So having owning a house at age of 35, Mumbai Pune Expressway in 2 hours. It's possible now. Have you traveled from Mumbai to Pune?
Yes, sir.
So Mumbai to Pune Expressway, 2 hours, and the endless. Then the list will be endless because we have another list also. But these are the major changes which reflects into the market, and it will change into the market. The old days, the management, they thinks on this line basically, and today's there are changes into different way. They are thinking on a different way. So basic things in old days, authority was there because I have authority. The person has given the authority to do anything, to perform and to utilize properly to team to get the numbers from the market. So authority will be there. Top down approach, more system lead than the innovation lead. Nowadays everybody wants new innovations every time. We'll go to another side where I'll explain you what are the today's century management as they are doing. Innovations were the governed by the profits and the crabs. Next, now this is the some of the new changes which had been happened in today, that is this automation, globalization, workplace change, personal change and education attainment. This is very important. Without post graduation, without MBA degree, without MCA degree, you won't get a job properly. That is because I mentioned that education. All other will come to know one by one. So automation, globalization, workplace change. Automation, technology has been come. As I mentioned, there is phone to smartphone we have shifted to, so that's come into the technology part. Increased usage of smartphone and tablets, more players in the technology sector, improved the robotation manufacturing in sector. Automation is in agriculture, increasing the yield. It's very important. In agriculture sector, when you see there is always a change in India, and it has been improved now. Can you tell me the agriculture changes which is happening or automation happening in agriculture sector? Somebody from agriculture sector can answer this. Or name of the company who is doing agriculture business. Sorry? GN? Okay. Ifo Tokyo. Have you heard Jain Irrigation? Jain Irrigation, have you heard? What they do, Jain Irrigation? What do you understand from the irrigation point of view? Irrigation, which is, yeah. Yeah, right.
It is located in Jalgaon, Maharashtra. It's basically about irrigation pipelines.
Irrigation pipeline. So it will give you more, you can utilize more water and you can get a good number of this thing is more, the business will be more, right. So it's a irrigation company which I am talking about, so you'll explain, you will understand very well. So automation is happening in agriculture sector also. Please have a seat. Thank you. Now globalization. Now here I want to ask you one question. Everybody reads ET, I think. You are getting ET, Economic Times, every day. Okay. Now in world economy, there's only 2 countries, their economy is very strong. All other places, there is some problem going on. Like everybody knows, Greece is in deep problem, right? But there is only 2 countries who are doing very well in the world. Which are those countries? 2 countries. Sorry? India and China. Good. What is your name? Farul Pawar. Clap for Farul Pawar because she had given a good answer, correct answer. Now tell me where you get this information. Sit and you can talk. Don't stand. By newspaper. Daily newspaper or you read ET every day? ET. You should say ET because otherwise Dr. Ramdas will get irritated because she is giving you a newspaper to read that. Because I told him to take my newspaper, but she said she has already subscribed for ET. Please have a seat, no problem. But yes, when you read any financial daily every day, you will come to know which are the economics and what are the financial content which is going on into each and every country. Like in India, we are on the topper right now. As per as the GDP rate are concerned, we are somewhere in 4.42 or something like that. Second, as she said, is China. China is about 3.8 or 2.75, 2.75 somewhere or 3.2 somewhere like that. All other countries, they are doing in a very bad shape. Greece already has gone, but all including Japan also, they are in the bad shape. So from this, what we understand, we'll understand that if you want to do a job in your future, it's better to have a job either in India or in China, right? So India economy now linked to the world after the reform of 1991. That is very important, as I mentioned, and you know that. Second stage of reform expected to get the GDP surge ahead. Our rate will be going ahead because of the government policy, and it will go increasing, which will be a good for every country and to have a growth for their economy base. Increase the interest in FIIs in Indian stock. That is another important point in the globalization, and India still cheaper options for the offshore the jobs. That is another important point as far as the India is concerned. Workplace changes. This also happens because workplaces are now more open and outward looking. Earlier it was very scared, you have to go work and then come back to home, but nowadays it is open-minded kind of office. You can operate from your home also. In some companies they allow the managers to work from home, but they should be work. Like you take an example of IT. The earlier lady, she is working for IT company in Pune. When we are discussing, she told us that she works for 15 hours a day because she travels one hour to reach office, another 1 hour to reach home, and then once she reach home, his boss called and she has to work. So workplace has changed, and you have to continuously be in touch with the company because you are working in the corporates. That is important. More autonomy out to the individuals, thus more responsibility. More responsibility you have to take on your shoulder if you want to survive. You cannot say I can do only this work. You have to be open-minded, you have to be multitasking person, then only you can achieve the goals which whatever you have decided into the mind. Less stability as even government jobs also. As you know, if you cannot work in government nowadays, you will be thrown out of the government jobs also. Are seeking productivity and accountability, both very important. Personal challenges, very important. Unless until you have a challenges, you cannot act on that, and if you have a challenges, then only you can act. So life different from your parents, as everybody knows, because we want every day smartphone, we want to move, we want to go to the movies, we want to go to the McDonald's and everything, we want to have pizza and everything. So it's different than our parents' life. Second, personal risk and responsibilities on the workplace is very important. Unless and until you give the results, you give the numbers to the company, company will survive you. If you could not perform, company will ask you to leave the place, or they will transfer you somewhere like that, so you have to put your papers down. I will give you example. When I was with Bhaskar Group, that is based at Bhopal, those are from north, they will understand. Bhaskar is one of the company which very aggressively they do their marketing. Ronak was with me when I was discussing with him when we launched Divya Bhaskar in Gujarat. The way they launch and the way they successful in that particular 1 year, I have not seen any single newspaper has been survived so far. If you see the growth of Bhaskar, who started from a small city like Indore, then developed MP, then shifted to Chhattisgarh, then shifted to Rajasthan, and when they shifted to Rajasthan, it was a very tough time for them to survive in front of the Rajasthan Patrika, which is another giant newspaper available in the Rajasthan, just like Gujarat Samachar. But still they survive. Then they went to English newspaper, which they launched in Bombay. What is the name of the newspaper in Bombay they launched? DNA. Sorry? Yeah, somebody said. DNA, right. DNA, that is a DNA, Daily Newspaper Analysis. They launched in collaboration with ZTV. But they launched a newspaper. After that, they went to Bihar, they launched in Bihar. They went to Punjab, they launched in Punjab successfully. And whenever they launch, they have a policy, management has a policy. When we launch and when we take a head there, it has been given a task to the head that we should become a number 1 position within next 3 months. Otherwise, Mr. Gupte, you leave. So you have to be on your toes and you have to see that you should be a number 1, because number 1 will give you confidence. And once we have a number 1 position, the person who has earlier has a number 1 position, the old newspaper will always struggle, and then nobody will touch you, or nobody will allow you from survive from number 1 position to number 2 position. Then they come to Maharashtra, and Maharashtra they launch Marathi newspaper, that is called Divya Marathi, in Nagpur, in Aurangabad, and Nasik. So see the growth of the company. 10 years back they launched a radio. Bhaskar Group has a launch a radio also. So they enter into the another segment which is called radio. Bhaskar has already have their local channel in Indore and Bhopal, both the states. I think Rajasthan also they recently launched, I don't know, because I'm not visited after that, but they were planned. So they have in the channels also. Nowadays, if you see India's most largest number 1 company in publication, in media, apart from Anand Bazar Patrika, which is Calcutta based number 1 company, has a ABP Mazha, everybody knows ABP News, which is owned by them. They are number 1, and number 2 is Bhaskar. So see, a smaller company started with Bhopal and Indore edition long back with the guidelines of Mr. Ramesh Chandra Agarwal, who is the chairman, and then became a number 1 position as far as this belt of Maharashtra is concerned. Because if you see Anand Bazar Patrika, they are more strong in Calcutta side, Bangla side, but there where Bhaskar Group has entered into the MP, Rajasthan, Chhattisgarh, the state wise, if you see, they are number 1 as far as the number of edition is concerned, number of circulation is concerned. If you see Bhaskar every day, Dainik Bhaskar every day circulation is 70 lakhs copies. And DNA when they launched in Bombay, they were gone up to 3.8 per day circulation. And that time there was a tough competition, they had given it to Times. Times was hardly 2.8885 and they became a 3.80, number 1 position. After that they come down, slow down, the paper will come down, and then they have a number 2 positions. Now it has been number 1 is Times and number 2 is DNA, but still they are surviving there. So personal risk and responsibilities on the workplace is very important, be subject to that. Job security is very important. You cannot give a guarantee that once you joined a bank, the bank you will survive for longer time till your retirement. No. Nowadays in government bank also you will be given a target to collect the FD, fixed deposit, for that particular month, for that particular quarter. You will have to open the saving accounts, you will give a targets on that base. And in government bank also, I am talking about if you join tomorrow in state bank, the target has to be there, you have to achieve the targets. Then if you are in the housing loan, particular housing loan files has to be submitted, has to be approved and has to be given to the customer. So that task has to be there. So job security, no guarantee for job security. Unless until you perform, you will survive. Financial planning is most important as far as the health factor is concerned. So it's both all factors are important as far as the personal challenges are concerned. As I mentioned earlier, post graduation is very important when you are talking about your security of the job or getting a job into the corporates. Unless until you have a post graduation, nobody will talk to you. Graduation person will not be allowed to enter into the corporates nowadays. Building on a foundation, analytical skills and requirement of data analysis is even more important, very, very important nowadays. So whenever you have a time, try to analyze, try to find out the new data from the different places, try to analyze it, so it will help you into your future to get placed properly. Skill and knowledge will have to work together. This is very important. If you have only knowledge, you cannot survive. You should have a skills also, different skills. This I'll give one example. I had been to one college. I'll not admit the name of the college, but I went to the college, and when I was sitting with the director, she told me that one of our lady, she has went for the interview for TCS. She has completed her MBA last year, and she was HR specialization. A lady is Maharashtrian lady as usual, and the interviewer said we will be paying you a 7.80 starting salary. When they came for the recruitment of the college, they mentioned that we are going to pay 7.80 salary. Lady selected till the final interview, and they said, firstly they said you will be posted in Bangalore, right? Then suddenly the HR lady who has come for the interview, she thought that let's check the skills and the decision making power of the lady, and they said, okay, now we change, same salary, same position, same HR department, will offer you in Tata Nagar. Everybody knows where is Tata Nagar? Yeah, Jamshedpur, Tata Nagar. Now see, Pune to Bangalore and Pune to Tata Nagar. Now my question is, where the lady has taken the job, or whether she would have lose the job? Maharashtrian lady, Maharashtrian lady, typical, stays with the family, okay, connected with the family, and suddenly she got option of salary. Now, a professional point of view, what, she must have taken the job, or she should have left the job? Taken. Why? Answer is right. I am not denying it. You are given a correct answer. Now tell me why. Yes, gentlemen, you. Oh, you want mic, huh? Corporate world, see.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Umang and I am from Bokaro Steel City, Jharkhand. Sir, my answer would be the lady must have taken the job because family sentiments is different, but when you are determined to excel in something, you have to separate from the sentiments of the family. So she must have taken the job and would have thought that she would establish herself in the corporate by taking the job.
Good job. Please have a seat. Okay. Now gentleman has given answer is correct, because sometimes, rather I'll put it the other way, young crowd, as I said, 21st century crowd always thinks on the first, what is the profit and where I should reach. So it was a kind of a puzzle question, but she replied yes, and then when she offered, they said no, we are offering you a Bangalore based job, but we are just testing your mindset and your decision making power, where you can take a decision. Or she would have given, because she was expected, that lady was expecting that she will give the reply like, I'll speak to my family and I'll get back to you, give me some time. This is a smaller answer, simple answer which she must have given, but she took that challenge and she said, okay, let's go to Tata Nagar, because she doesn't want to lose the logo TCS, which is another brand. Okay, so that's why. So skill and knowledge will have to work together. Unless until you have a skills, you cannot utilize your knowledge on a proper way to get the results. That is very important. What you need to do to get all these things? See, when I started my career in 1987, I have only 5 P's. 5 P's, that is place, product, price, production, people. Right? 5. Now this situation has changed. There is no P now. There is C. 7 C's, and not only 5. There is a 7 C's. I'll tell you why. As one is creativity, critical thinking, capability to analyze, communication, collaboration, care for environment, and core values. Now each category we have one slide. Creativity, why? Creativity has to be there to solve your problem. That is the one solution. Unless until you have creativity, you cannot solve your problem. If problem is there, you have to think, and then when you think, you should get some solving problem answer. Ability to organize ideas, as I mentioned earlier, you should have to have skills, analysis, work together. Unless until you have idea, you cannot work, and then you cannot utilize your skills to enhance your idea which you had already thought for it. Ability to organize the ideas, thinking out of the box but with a clear focus. That is very important nowadays. If your director was asking me, there was one lady who is working with us for summer internship, Jyoti. She is finishing her SIP by 4th of this month, 4th of August, her last day. She told me, "आप ज्योति को ले लो." मैं बोला कैसे ले लूँ? She should prove that she should be capable of selling the business standard or selling the advertising for business standard. Then only, end of the day, I can push her up to my vice president level. In front of my VP, she has to perform, or gentleman has to perform, and then only he'll be offered the job. So, but while attending the interview or while giving the interview, he should have more ideas, he should have a more focus out of those thinking ideas. I'll put it the other way, then only she will survive. And then she should have a problem solving lady also. Next is critical thinking. Should have an ability to think clearly and identify yourself, that when I given a thought and I come to this conclusion, then I should have this clear cut picture. So you should have think clearly and you should have a realistic answers. Reflecting, identifying, thinking also. So you have a very critical thinking. Unless until you have critical thinking, you won't survive into that. Capability to analyze. When you think a new ideas or you come with the new ideas, then you should have analytic to accumulate it and then put it in front of the management. So lots of information need to analyze and motivate that ideas in front of the students. Fast data generating tools, that everybody knows, we have Google and everything, so you'll get a data, but you have to analyze properly for the company where you have been offered a job particularly. Critical thinking steps. Watch your thinking, raise mutual questions and formulations them clearly. Data is abstract and interpret the same clearly, as I mentioned earlier stage, and then come with the reasons, conclusion and the solutions with the clear cut communication to your management. Most important part, as I mentioned, it's your communication. Nowadays in corporate world, communication is very important, because nowadays people doesn't have a time to meet individually and discuss with any ideas or anything. It will always happen on your mail. So by mail your communication should be very clear, and you should be a upward and downward communication person. When you send a mail, you should send it properly. When you are getting a mail, you are receiving a mail, it come on a very down to earth format, and you should follow the legal and statutory communications very clearly. When you are sending a mail, you should follow the statistically legally communication. Importance of the communication. Increasing the manager efficiency, act as a basic of a decision making, help in improving the motivation and morale of the team, and help in the smooth working. When you join any company as a manager, when you have a team, your team should be satisfied with your communication. So do a communication proper way. So team should be motivated and it will give you more results. But As you motivate the team will work hard, and then automatically it will reflect into your results, and when the result will come, it will help you to perform yourself in a better way. Now, importance of the collaboration. Collaboration is when the two and more people or a group comes together to share the ideas and think, accomplish on a common goal. Team building taken to the higher level, a strong sense of the purpose and the equal participation, that is also very important. All team members should be participate into the equally into your ideas or into your presentation, then only it will be survive you as a 21st century manager. Then lastly, my very important is care for environment. This is very important nowadays, because we are neglecting our environment. So unless until we will care for an environment, we cannot survive properly. And everybody knows that most of the challenging but often neglected this aspect is there in the market. So precisely resource the depletion and efforts on the future generation. It's not working now. Just see from there you can do. Yeah, like last and best, before I finish my presentation, this is core value. Each organization has their core value. Like in today, Business Standard has a core value for two social elements. That is, one, we are doing a tree plantation in most of the industrial belt in Maharashtra, because I am handling entire Maharashtra and my region, you can say. Pan India, we are doing this activity. Secondly, we are doing a social activity for traffic control in Pune, because if you have visited Pune frequently, or if you go to the outside of this campus, you will understand that we have a traffic problem here, and we have a road problem. Because of that, there is a traffic jam has always happened. So we are helping commissioner of traffic commissioner to to solve this problem, and for that we take a help from the colleges, and we ask to participate into our this social value added which we are doing for the community. And we take some students in the market for morning time and evening time, when there is a peak times hours are there, and then we control the traffic on the major signals in Pune. Simultaneously, we do a tree plantation in industrial area. Recently, we are planning for first Piramgud, then we have a Bosri industrial area tree plantation along with our partner also. So we are also doing some core values adds to the social activity, and for us as far as our CSR activities are concerned. As government policy, every company has to do a CSR activity, that is corporate social responsibility, and which we are doing on this angle. Laws are now quite strict, but about the gender basics and harassments, do not deviate from this ever in the life. This is my last humble request to everyone. Next. So this is my presentation. Thank you very much for listening me on a proper way. If you have a question, you can ask me, I'll answer, otherwise. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Hoshang from Ahmedabad. So my question to you is there any innovation or creativity Business Standard is looking for ahead in the future?
Creativity for Business Standard. Yeah, please have a seat, I'll answer. See, creativity is always, innovation is always welcome, and it has to be there. Unless until you have a new innovations, you cannot survive, right? But yes, we have a creative team who sits in our Delhi and Bombay office, because we have a small regional office here. We don't have creativity person sitting here, but yes, we have Bombay and Delhi office. In future, if you required, maybe I can tell Dr. Ramdas madam to get in touch with me. But right now, yes, there is no. We have fixed format where we have a 16 pages main newspaper, and then we have a supplement, another 8 to 10 pages, depend on the advertisement or depend on the matter. We increase the number of pages also. So it's a fixed format normally. and innovations is always happened when there is a new launch is in plan, okay, nowadays. But as far as the financial dailies are concerned, they are very fixed. My question is, I'm sorry, I would have answered your question.
Yes.
Now my question is, everybody is reading ET every day, right? You are getting Economic Times every day. Yes or no? Yes. Yes. Now tell me, first 4 pages, the content of the first 4 pages of Economic Times, or last page of Economic Times. Last page? Sports page. Right. Great. First 4 pages. Politics. Purely politics. What is his name? Economic Times. It is a financial daily newspaper, right? Then what 4 pages political news are doing there? Sorry? No, not corporate news. It is all. Okay, I'll explain you why I ask you. Anybody reads Business Standard, or anybody has been seen Business Standard in your so far future? You have seen? Okay, I'll tell you why I ask you this questions. Business and Economic Times first 4 pages has political news, purely political news. They changed this phase, as he mentioned, because this I ask you because he said innovations. So last 6 months or last 1 year? Last 1 year Last 1 year they changed this format. Earlier Economic Times was a 100% financial newspaper daily. Now as a financial daily, what we thought, it should have a economic finance news, economical news or something like that, related to finance, related to banks, related to business, related to the industry. But suddenly last 1 year there was something has happened in Times of India group, and they thought that we should change, we do some innovations, and we should first 4 pages will be a political news. Now if you see, every day first 4 pages is always related to your political news. Suddenly they thought that after some times, after 3 months, 4 months down the line, they thought that let's change last page also. They changed last page into the sports page. See, all financial daily is a niche product. Everybody knows it's a niche product. We cannot expect each and every house should take my financial daily, my Business Standard or Economic Times or whatever number of financial dailies are available. But what happened because of this? They lose the market. They done the innovation, but they lose the market. What we had done last year, we had one very good supplement, that is a Glaze supplement, which published on every Monday, which has a statistical information with the case study, okay, right, live case study of the industry. We have tire, we have MRF, we have Maggi, we have Bajaj Auto, how Bajaj Auto changed from scooter to motorcycle, then motorcycle to Pulsar, Kawasaki Pulsar, in collaboration with Kawasaki. Now how that changes, how that innovations. So innovations can happen in automation or in 4-wheeler or in 2-wheeler segment, that is very fast. But as far as newspaper concerned, customer is very reluctant to accept that change or innovations which are done. So what we have done, we stopped that supplement, Glaze supplement. Glaze, you know, that white glaze paper comes. It's not regular paper which you have, pink paper which you are using for Economic Times, but we have white glaze paper which is costlier also. So because of the cost cutting, we shut down that supplement and we merge into the main issue. We have done that innovations. We got a feedback from the colleges, right, from the director point of view. अरे सर आपने तो supplement बंद कर दिया. मतलब सर हमने supplement बंद नहीं किया, it has merged into the supplement. If you open it on every Monday, you will see that the supplement has been merged into the main issue. The content is same. We have a case study, live case study, okay. We have statistical information also. Everything is there. But when innovations comes, it might reflect on your circulation or your sales also. So that is there. So innovations, for mobile innovations, yes, it's most welcome. If you have a small smartphone, if tomorrow somebody launches small and smartphone, it will be welcome for the market. It will get a good sale also, apart from the price. I am not talking price right now. I am talking about innovations. What innovation? So in paper industry, in media industry, innovation maybe reflect on your sales, reflect on your circulation also. And once it's reflect on your sales and circulation, it will always reflect on your advertising revenue. Where is our main earning is there. Every media company, every channel, every media publication, magazines will run always on their advertising revenue. Unless until you get advertising revenue, we cannot survive. So we first have to see that advertising revenue should not be touched due to your innovations or due to our changes which are made into the newspaper. Yeah. Any other? Should we stop then? कोई है? Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Nitish Patel, and my question to you, sir, is there any importance value of creativity and innovation in financial management?
In financial
Management,
I could not get you. In financial management with what? What do you say?
creativity.
Sorry, sir. Creativity I understand, but what do you mean by financial management? In which sector you are talking about? Your personal management or
Financial management.
innovation in financial management?
Creativity
Creativity in financial management. But in personal or in business or what?
for businessmen.
Business.
Because sir, before you, another guest lecturer told us there is no need of any creativity for financial management.
You are talking about from the business point of view.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please have a seat. Now, the gentleman, whatever answer he has given, he might wrong, right. I am not want to go into that dispute, but from my point of view, every businessman has a creativity into their financial concept. See, if I am a businessman, I'll give you example of like this, so you'll understand. If I am a businessman, if I have a business, a turnover of 3 to 5 crores, maybe 5 crores, you can take a 5 crores per annum. My equity which I am available apart from my 5 crores, I have only 50 lakh rupees or 25 lakh rupees in my hand. Now this 25 lakh rupees, I should invest into such a manner, so I'll get some kind of output from this 25 lakhs, the equity which I have in my hand. So I'll invest into the SIP. I'll either do in some share market. I'll purchase some shares. So creativity has to be there in your business management, financial management. Because once you have a creativity, you will always think, and then you think new ideas where I should invest and how should I earn more money from this money which right now I am available in my pocket or in my bank. Simple. So creativity has to be there in each and every segment, which I understand. Yes.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Abhishek Joshi. Sir, I want to ask that is companies really bother about CSR activities, because there is some percentage out of profit they pay and that get rid of him. So
okay. Joshi sahib basa sangto basa. Actually what happened, because of the new government, I don't want to take the name, everybody knows, because of the Modi government, now government has a make a policy that out of your profit, total profit, not total earning, out of your total profit, some percentage which they have mentioned, you have to spend for CSR award. If you spend that amount, you will get tax benefit from the government. So simple. If company wants to earn tax benefit, they'll do that. And always tax benefit will be more than your amount which you have spent for your CSR award. So it's simple. So a logical person or a smart person will spend money for CSR award. And it will give you a social touch also. Simple. When you are spending some CSR award, some activity you are doing, when you are doing, you will get a social touch. That is very important nowadays. Right? If you have a sympathy for one particular product, and if you get some rubbish product also from that company, you will understand, अरे होता है, कभी कभी गलती होती है, चलो आप आज के लिए मान लो. But you don't have a social touch, that will be very difficult. Nowadays, if you see, all are the construction companies. You name the company like in Pune, Paranspe Builder is there, DSK Kulkarni is there, the topmost companies. They all are doing CSR activity in their territory. Why? To get a social connection with the community. That is very important. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Monica Sahu. Sir, So I wanted to ask that this newspaper costs so less, like 3 to 5 rupees or something. So what is the profit margin?
Okay, good. Have a seat. Now see, today all the newspaper are available on 3 rupees and 4 rupees core price. Now her question is why, how you can get, how we customer can get in the so lowest price into that, or what are the option available where we earn the money. Our basic earning is our advertising revenue. Otherwise, if you see your Economic Times or Business Standard, which we are printing on a per copy, which we cost us 12 rupees per copy, 12 rupees, and we are selling them just for 5 rupees nowadays. We are charging 5 rupees every day, 6 rupees on Tuesday and Wednesday, and 8 rupees on Saturday. But if you see ET, all days they are 3, Saturday, Sunday they are 10 rupees core price. But our major earning is come from advertising revenue, which we are getting on a newspaper. If you see the channel also, in series, in between series, we saw the advertising. Okay, so that 5 minutes, 3 seconds, 30 seconds ad, which is the advertising revenue for channels. So these are the main sources which we have where we get the money from our company, and where we get our salary also from that. Otherwise, we cannot get our salary in time. Yeah, tell me. Any other? Yeah.
Hello sir, my name is Bhagyashree Lokre. I want to ask that can you please explain the functionality of analytics and logistics, and why it is growing these days?
Sorry, I could not get you. Can you please repeat?
Sir, can you explain the functionality of logistics and analytics in business, and why it is growing these days?
Logistic.
Yes sir.
See, actually logistic is not my subject at all connected, but yes, as far as the newspaper industry is concerned, how logistic works for our company, I can tell you. Now we are from circulation department, you are from sales department, right? Now our paper gets printed at somewhere at press. Everybody knows, and or your native place you might have seen a local presses there outside. I'm not saying from inside. So whenever there is a press, okay, that press will cover the particular territory or surrounding that belt. And we used to send a newspaper from that printing place to that particular place. So like from here, we cover up to Kolhapur, that is another 250 kilometers away from Pune. We covered Aurangabad, we covered Nasik. Okay. Though I am handling entire Maharashtra, my Nagpur paper goes from my Bombay office, because there is flight connectivity is there in the morning. So they send by flight. We covered Goa from here, but my newspaper goes from Bombay to Goa, because Bombay, Goa there is a connectivity for flight again, right. So in that case, logistic will happen about 250 kilometers to 300 kilometers, and which we are doing here locally, and which we do nowadays in a combined transportation. Earlier it was in a single road with a single taxi used to go on that particular destination with one to second destination, but nowadays we have combined taxi. Like in Aurangabad, when we are going from here to Aurangabad, there is another 250 kilometers away. Economic Times and Business Standard goes together in one taxi. This is a logistic arrangement which we have done, and we are sharing the fare also, because of the cost cutting or to save the financial concept, like that. So earlier when my single taxi used to go, we used to bear the whole amount into a single company name. Now whatever amount we have, same amount, but we are sharing with each and every one. So that financial content which we are doing, and that's why the logistic is more important part nowadays in each and every company. You have to see that how we can go combinedly and how we can reduce our costing by saving, by going combinedly with another transporter. That is very important in logistic part. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
My name is Monica Shrivastava. My question to you is, sir, nowadays few lectures, few guests in coming, and he says that always in life take a planning something related to, in the case of risk, we always choose a one planning based. If a business goes to be wrong, we should shut down the business and then go in another company, business or company. And few persons are says choose two other options, and that the better of if a company goes to be shut down, we should choose the modify the company. And so, sir, what is your opinion about this?
Okay. Good question you asked me,
Thank
because
you, sir.
my son is also doing an MBA in Bombay. So same question, he Dad, I need some funding from you. I said, why? He said, I want to start my own business. I said, what business you want to start? He said, he's doing specialization in financial management. So I said, no, I want to invest somewhere in shares market, and I know now. He thought that he just completed his SIP, so that is very smart now. Na? The smaller knowledge, baap se beta savai, that you understand na, that. So I said, okay, I'll give you money, but first my suggestion to this is, and which I given to my son also, after MBA, you should do a job for 2 to 3 years. 2 to 3 years minimum. Try to understand the market. Try to understand some business ethics. Secondly, you will come to know how the company functions. You will also discipline because of your working in the corporate world. Because I know what happened nowadays. Every Sunday, what time you get up at every Sunday? Because you have a holiday on Sunday. 9 o'clock? 10 o'clock? Late yaar. Every day तो जल्दी उठते हो ना? Sorry? 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock. Why? Sorry? He's lying. Okay. Smart guy, but lying is a smart guy. Okay. Whatever maybe. Whatever. Okay. My answer to this question is, try to get a job for 2 to 3 years. Work with the company, understand the market, understand the business, and then plan your business. Accordingly, plan your business meanwhile, and then try to generate your own funding. Don't ask for your family to generate. They will support you whenever you start. They will support you, but don't ask 100% funding from your parents. Try to generate 30%, 20%, and then whatever funding you need, you can ask them to cooperate. They will definitely behind you. No parents will say, नहीं आपको देखना है, तू तेरा देगा भी चल बाहर निकल यहाँ से. Nobody will say like that. They'll say, whatever you need, I'll support you. But for that, you have to become your own master. So become a master, work with the company 2 to 3 years down the line, then think over. Depend on the market positions, think over whether that was the right time to start a business or not, and then jump it. Don't suddenly jump it. मेरा एक प्लान फिक्स है, 3 महीने में मेरे को वहाँ निकलना है, 3 साल में नहीं. 3 साल में क्या हो रहा है, मार्केट सिचुएशंस क्या है, whether right time to jump it or not, and then you can probably jump it with your own funding. If you generate 100% your own funding, it will be great. If you don't have, ask your parents, they will always help you. But if you have own funding, it will give you more challenge, more satisfaction, that yes boss, मेरा धंधा मैंने मेरे कंधे पे खड़ा किया. I have not taken help from my father also. How many people knows Mr. D.S.K. Kulkarni in Pune? D.S.K. Kulkarni is one of the biggest firm in Pune, that is in construction line. Nobody knows? You knows? Okay. There's one gentleman who knows. Now D.S.K. Kulkarni, today the firm turnover is 1,800 crore somewhere, right? They are in the construction, they are in IT, they are in the automobile dealership also. All Innova's dealership will be owned by DSK group. They have colleges, they have IT, they have infrastructure, interior courses college in Hadapsar, big college, that is also not small. When DSK started his career, he used to drop a newspaper at each and every place. He was a vendor. He purchased the paper in the morning at 4 o'clock, insert the supplement, and then drop the paper to the customer. Then he got another contract where we have seen the all shopkeepers has a board, outside board, the shop names and everything, what material they are selling, they put there. So he used to clean that board also. He used to travel the cycle with that balti and everything. Then he used to go there, take a kind of a chair and something like that, stand over and then clean that. So such a kind person has now today become a owner of 1,800 crores company, running a 1,800 crore company. So see, he also learned, he works for himself and then earn, and then he started his own business. So suggestion to that is, start your own business, but taking a consideration with all field and management experience from the market. Finish? Yeah.
Hello. Good afternoon, sir. I am Birju Kinkar Guswan from Guwahati, Assam. Sir, in the 7 Cs you mentioned, there was one point for care for the environment. Sir, in production of newspapers, we require a lots of papers, which is produced from bamboos and all. So the newspaper agencies, does they take any initiative to recycle these newspapers which are being issued once, so that the production of newspaper is reduced and the bamboos can be saved?
Okay. Whatever wastage we got in our production, good question, but simple answer, whatever production wastage we got, it can be recycled and it can be reused for the another newspaper also, to print a newspaper. So it can be reused. So there is no wastage as far as the wastage is concerned. It can be reused. It can be sent it to the another place and it will be reused, and there is some chemical has been system has been happened, and then it will be reprinted. So it can be utilized. So no wastage. Yeah. And no environmental touch as far as your environment is concerned, you mentioned. Yeah. Finished? What time you have at tea time? 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock? 3 o'clock. Still 10 minutes to go. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir. My name is Aditi Jadhav. I am from Dhar, Madhya Pradesh. Sir, you said that the emerging economies are India and China. Sir, but Chinese exports are more than India, and even in India we have a lot of Chinese products. Sir, so what is the reason that China is having more exports than India in other countries also? Sir, what is that is making us behind China?
As I mentioned in my earlier slides, have a seat. Technology is one of the part. You know, Chinese are very expert as far as the technology part is concerned. Whenever you saw any American or German companies, small vehicle or small kind of a toy, they immediately copied it, and then the technology will accept it, and they will launch, and they will immediately launch the same product with their name, with Chinese product and all, China made, and then they launch. Simple. The technology, and because of their government policy. In China, if you go there, I have not gone to China, but I have read in my newspaper only. In China, if you want to start your own business, the government people will come to your factory or your place, and they will give you whatever authority you need. They will give sanction each and every at your campus. But in India, if you need to start any business, you have to go behind with this government people. Then they will ask you another 10 questions, and then it will be in the soup. So it's a very simple, that because of the government policy and technology, which they are ready to accept it, mold it and change it also. Because of that policy, they are still doing a good export as far as the export is concerned. Yeah. Sure. Should wait. Need to have a tea, huh? Need to have break, ना? बहुत हो गया यार, एक घंटा बहुत होता है, बहुत होता है. चलो, okay, thank you very much, thanks a lot. अरे हाँ, वो तो एकदम से आया मेरे आंख में, मतलब गलती क्या गया. थैंक यू. हाँ, मैं निकाल रहा हूँ बस, तू इतना जल्दी क्यों कर रहा है? थैंक यू वेरी मच.
Thank you so much, sir, for your inspiring words. It will surely help our batch. After this amazing session, it is now time for a refreshing cup of tea to regain some energy, for there is yet a lot to learn, and for that your minds yearn. See you after the short tea break. Thank you.